Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Exam Ready. So let's see part 15, question number 151 to 160 of AWS Cloud Practitioner Foundational Exam. So question number 151, which AWS service or feature enables a business to track, monitor and control its AWS expenses and consumptions over time? So we have options. Option A, AWS budgets. Option B, AWS Cloud Explorer. Option C, AWS Organization. And option D, Consolidated Billing. So the correct answer here is option B, AWS Cost Explorer. Next, question number 152. A company needs an Amazon EC2 instance for a right-sized database server that must run consistently for 1 year. Which EC2 instance purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost effectively? Okay, so company wants an EC2 instance for their database server and it needs to be consistently run for 1 year, and we need to find the most cost effective option. So we have options. Option A, standard reserve instance. Convertible reserve instance. C, on demand instance. And D, spot instance. So we all know that spot instance is interrupted, so the spot instance will not be the answer. So the answer will be like A, B or C. Reserve instance required 1 or 3 years commitment, so they are asking for 1 year. So I think the reserve instance will be the answer, but which one, standard or convertible? Okay, so let's see the answer. So the answer is sorry. Okay, so the answer is option A, standard reserve instance. So under reserve instance also we have some options for standard, convertible, reserve instance. So for this question it is a standard reserve instance. Next, question number 153. A company has multiple applications and its own building a new multi-tier application. The company will host the new application on Amazon EC2 instance. The company wants the network routing and traffic between the various applications to follow the security principle of least privilege. So we have options. Option A, security group. Option B, AWS Shield. Option C, AWS Global Accelerator. And option D, AWS Direct Connect Gateway. So the question says company has multiple application and they are building a new multi-tier application. The company will host a new application on Amazon EC2 instance. The company wants a network routing and traffic between the various applications to follow the security principle of least privilege. So we need to find which option is suitable for security for least privilege. So the correct answer here is option A, which is security groups. So it will be, the traffic will be inside the AWS, it will not go outside the AWS if we configure through security groups. Next, question number 154. A company wants to migrate its on-premises relational database to AWS cloud. The company wants to use infrastructure as close to its current geographical location as possible. Which AWS service or resource should the company use to select its Amazon RDS deployment area? So they want to use infrastructure as close to its current geographical location. So we know the geographical location, the option will be, let's just read out the options. Option A, we have Amazon Connect. Option B, we have AWS Wavelength. Option C, AWS Regions. And option D, AWS Direct Connect. So the correct answer here is option C. AWS regions. Next, question number 155. Which AWS service can identify when an Amazon EC2 instance was terminated? So we need to find which service can identify when an Amazon EC2 instance was terminated. So we have options. Option A, AWS Identity and Access Management, which is IAM. Option B, AWS CloudTrail. Option C, AWS Compute Optimizer. And option D, Amazon Event Bridge. So this question is, I think, simple. So we all know that all the logs will be collected by AWS CloudTrail. So the correct answer here is option B, which is AWS CloudTrail. Next, question number 156. A company has a test AWS environment. A company is planning on testing an application within AWS. The application testing can be interrupted and does not need to run continuously. Which Amazon EC2 purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost effectively? So we have options. Option A, on-demand instances. Option B, dedicated instances. Option C, spot instances. And option D, reserve instances. So company wants to test an application within AWS, and the application testing can be interrupted and does not need to run continuously. So if the application testing can be interrupted and does not need to run continuously, so it should be only one option. Yeah, obviously, like, the answer is one, but by this line we should click the option. So the correct answer here will be option number C, which is spot instance. Okay, so spot instance can be interrupted and it does not need to run continuously. On demand instances is like it, you can run continuously without any interruption. Dedicated instances, it will be dedicated to you. And reserve, like, we need 1 year or 3 year commitment for the reserve instances, so it will be like costly. But the spot instances are 90% cheaper than on demand instances. Okay, next, question number 157. A company wants to monitor for misconfigured security groups that are allowing unrestricted access to specific ports. Which AWS service will meet this requirement? So we have options. Option A, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option B, Amazon CloudWatch. Option C, Amazon Guard Duty. And option D, AWS Health Dashboard. Okay, so company wants to monitor misconfigured security groups which are allowing unrestricted access to specific ports. So some unrestricted access is been happening on specific ports, so company needs to monitor this misconfigured security groups. So from which service we can find it? So we have option Trusted Advisor, CloudWatch, Guard Duty, and Health Dashboard. So if we see Health Dashboard, it will not show the misconfigured. Guard Duty is also not an option, and option B, CloudWatch, is not an answer. So answer will be option number A, which is AWS Trusted Advisor. Next, question number 158. Which AWS service or feature improves network performance by sending traffic through the AWS worldwide network infrastructure? We have option A, route table. Option B, AWS Transit Gateway. Option C, AWS Global Accelerator. Option D, Amazon VPC. So correct answer here is option number C, AWS Global Accelerator. Next, question number 159. A company wants to establish a schedule for rotating database user credentials. Okay, which AWS service will support this requirement with least amount of operational overhead? Okay, so company wants to schedule for rotating the database user credentials. So for rotating the credentials, AWS has a service with secret manager. So the correct answer here will be option number B, which is AWS Secret Manager. System Manager, License Manager, and Managed Services are not an correct option. Next, question number 160. A company has a set of e-commerce applications. The applications need to be able to send messages to each other. Which AWS service meet this requirement? Okay, so company has like set of e-commerce applications and they want to send messages to each other, each to one application to another application. So we have options. Option A, AWS autoscaling. Autoscaling is not an option because it will just autoscale your EC2 instance. And next is option number B is elastic load balancer. So it will just balance your like it will not an option, it will not send messages to each other. And we have this option number D, Amazon Kinesis data stream, so which is a streaming service. So this is not an option. So the correct answer here is Amazon SQS, which is simple queue services. Thank you so much for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe Cloud Exam Ready for more cloud related topics. Thank you so much. Bye bye.